screen. Hope you guys can see my screen. So go to this localhost. So this is what we had the last time, but here, okay, we didn't finish this up. So let me check this. Okay. So I think that's where we're going to start. So today we'll be looking at something called storage, which is local storage, and session storage. So let me just open this index here. So we'll be looking at session and local storage. Session storage. So in your application, this is more just like a read-only DB, where you can store some data for your application. Although the difference between these two, the local storage and the session storage, is that the session get lost once you close the browser. Once you go out of that particular page, you lost everything that you stored on that particular session. But for your local storage is gets persisted on your local browser. So let me show you what it is like. So I think let me open this. So you go to this, you click on the application. Go to open application. Go to your application. So when you go to your application, you see something like this. These are the storage we have. These are the local storage here, and these are the session storage. So if you store anything here now, okay, let's try to like store something here. But let me just clear you on this. So these two storage, they use a key value PS. So let's take for instance now. Let's say I want to store something on the local storage. So all you're going to do is you say local storage dot add, sorry, not add, my dear, dot set item. So let's say you say username, then you add the value of the username you want to. So put and you see this. So local storage, we click on this. So now you see that we'll have a username here, and we'll have the value, which is a pool. So which is basically what we set here. So for you to get this and manipulate it, all you need to do is just call your local storage dot get item. So getting the item, all you just need is just to pass this thing, the key, which is a username. Yeah. So let's see, console log user. Okay. So we'll now call this, I think I don't have name up. So now see let's names. Let me use S equals to this. So let's, because I don't know, maybe I used name in the previous variables there. So let's save this. So this is the, let's go back to the console. So over here you can see Pope is displayed on the console. So we console log the Pope, which is actually the username saved on the local storage. So the same way you use your local storage is the same way you use your session storage. So but the difference between the both of them, that once you close the window, you lose everything. But set item, let's say it's a true. I'll give it a name. Pope Francis. So let's get it also. Let's my name was to session get item user 2. So when you do this, you're able to get that. So you can also console login to the log my name. Basically, you use this to store some data that you will be using throughout your application. So you can see user 2 here is being saved. So if you go back to your console, you see that the both of them is logged over here. So let me like demonstrate to you their difference. You see that this Pope Francis will be wiped off as long once we close this particular session. So I'm going to close this. Then try to open it again. So I think local was 5,000. So when we check this back here, see that this so it runs immediately. It runs immediately with this. So you So you see we'll have nothing here at the session. Local storage will have this because I already logged in previously. So let me wipe this up. So this is what I did here now, in case you didn't catch up, because I don't know when my network disconnected. So this is what we have here. So we are trying to log in. So if this we just said if the user inputs value for the username and the password, it should log the username to you should save it to the local storage, which is username to local storage, and the password should be saved to session storage. So I just want to show you something, the difference between the two of them. So now let me log in. So you see we'll have a username Francis here on the local storage. So when you go back to the session storage, you see that we'll have password, our password as a plain text. So here now let me disconnect this, let me close this particular page now, and we'll open it again. So as we open this application again, you discover that what we'll have here now, let's check and see what we'll have, which of the data is lost. So you see that the session storage is lost, but for that of the local storage is there. So it's stored on the user's browser, except when the user clicks clear as local storage. That's when the data that is persisted here gets cleared. So basically what you use this to do, maybe for authentication purpose, you can use it to store maybe this thing, the header and the JWT token, the token you get when you log in. So when you save it there, so each request you're trying to make, so you'll be picking the token from, but most times it's good you use a session storage, so that once the user logs off, everything gets cleared. So let's continue with what we are building. So what we're going to do is that we'll have a fixed user. So let's go on with this particular authentication here. So let me just use so I'll be using a local storage anyway, but set item username, and the username I want to set it to is Francis. Then let's see local storage dot set item password. So password, let me set my password to user 1234. So this is the password I'm using. So normally if you are building this application, this username and the password should come from the database. So we're just trying to check if these guys are correct. So here now, let me remove this. So once the user inputs data, so we'll have here let's see, let user let me use app user equals to local storage dot get item username, then let user pass equals to local storage get item. So you see now that I'm using the key for each of these. So it's password that will name it here. So we'll have a password here, so it will get the password. So now we'll now check, does it is this thing correct? So now we'll see if if login user dot value is equal to, so for you to check these things now, you have to ensure that, because you are dealing with a username, so sometimes you see that someone will just put his username in a lowercase or uppercase later. So what you do is that most times you convert these things now. So you say dot to lower case, so equal app user dot to lowercase, and our login password dot value to lowercase. So if it's equal, we can break these things here. So let's break it. Equal to user pass dot to lowercase. So if this is this, so now let's just say alert. Sorry, you are logged in. So else, let's log error dot add class list dot add error message, log error dot specs content. Let's say invalid username password. So that's what. So let me save this now and see. So let's check. So we'll have a username. We set our username to be Pope Francis and user1234 to be the password. So let's go back to application and see. So we'll have a Pope Francis, then user 1234 as our password. So you see it says you are logged in, which means we got a match. So let me try to see. So say invalid username and the password. So you see it's displayed here, there's an error. So let's see something. So for instance, if I use all caps, Pope Francis, if I use all caps and see for the user 1234, see that we got logged in. So irrespective of how these letters are being placed, so you see that we have a Pope with capital letter, then Francis started with a small letter. So that's basically the best way to compare your string. So for you to compare your string, you need to convert it either to local sorry, to lowercase or uppercase. So both of them should be in the same case, so that you'll be able to compare them properly. So if let's think for instance now this app user, if you remove this to local string here, now you find out that we won't get a match, because it's going to compare if it's both the case sensitivity is going to compare them. So just be so the next thing we want, when the user is logged in here, this place now, we want it to lead us to another this thing, to another page. So let's quickly set up that particular page where it's going to take us to. So let me quickly create that. So here I'm going to create let's see, here. So let me just go over here instead of wasting time. I'm gonna pick this young man here. Let's see. So here, just control V. So instead of index, I want to have a separate CSS file for this. I've not created it yet, so let me go over here and create that. We'll have a chat.css. So we'll have it here. So we'll go back here. I think we'll have let me just go here to copy this here. This is the JavaScript. Because we are using a Bootstrap CDN, I don't want to head over to the browser and copy the CDN here. So that's why I'm copying these ones that are here already. Although we still have to go over to Bootstrap and pick up some things. We still have to go over there. So let me see. So let's go. So let me just pick this. I'm going to pick this guy here so that we'll be faster. Don't want us to waste time. We'll get so let me just take this guy here off. Control C. So we'll go here. We have our div.container. Is this here. So here we'll have our h4. Let me use h4 over class. The class text that is center. So let's see. Join a room. That's that. So here, what we're going to do here is that we are going to make it a kind of way that once you log into the application, you'll be able to see some rooms where you can actually join, So okay, so so let's get started. Div, have our div. So what class do we give this? No. Okay. So let me just call it msg dash body. So because I don't want us to have multiple pages, so let me just cut this guy off here, put it here. So we'll be using a bootstrap row. So now have a div dot row. Now have div dot o dash md dash have it let's give it 7, then o dash sm dash 12. So 12 have this. So just copy this here. So what I did here is that instead for medium devices, it should take up 7 columns, while for small devices it should take up 12 columns. So the grid is divided into 12, so we'll assign 7 to the first one. So this we are also assigning 5, so that everything will sum up to 12. So inside here now, this is where our rooms is going to be. So now have a div, but this is where we're going to list our room lists. So here we'll have a h5, say available variable rooms. So here we're now going to list the whole rooms that we'll have. The class of a room. So here we now have a li p dot let me use lead. We now have hashtag backend channel now have hashtag frontend channel. So we'll have li again, the lead, have design. So we'll have these 3 channels for now. So here we'll have so let's create a button for joining the channel. So we'll have our btn button.btn.btn. Let's give it a primary color. So we'll give it a btn primary. So maybe btn primary. Let's give it btn info. Let's go with info. Then btn sm. We are using this btn sm plus Okay, so let me not do it this way, because I wanted, let's make it in such a way that we can add another room. Let me save this so that we see. So let's go back to the login. So when we go back to the login, so let's go, we've saved this. So let me go back here. Let me go back here. So here now, let's do application sign. So you see, we'll assign it to slash chat.html. Let's test out this. So here we'll have Francis, and we'll have user 1 2 3 4. So we're logged in. Okay, so you see, this is what we'll have here, though. That's it. So this is what we have here at the moment without styling. So this is what we'll have at the moment. So I had wanted us to like give room where a user can, okay, that would be an assignment. Let me leave that. So let me just continue. So let me just see if I could get a random image. Let me see if I could get random. Where's the image? Okay. Splash. So let's see. So what do we search now? So let's just get, okay, let me use this particular image. So let's save that. So drag it into our work. So drag it here. So this is the image we'll have here. So go back to our chat here. So this place here, let's have image .img. These are bootstrap classes, fluid, img fluid. So source dot img. So let's see if it's empty. What we'll have here. So this is what we'll have here at the moment. So let me take this young man off. So I want this to come out better. So let's reduce this guy here. This guy should be 4, while its band should be 8. So let's check and see. Okay. So I think this is better. So let me see. D block W100. Okay. this would have been okay. But let me see, 75. So let me just take it up. We'll style that with normal CSS. Normal CSS. So next we're just going to add our button. So add our button. So we're going to add our button. So let's go over to Bootstrap. So let me just show you something. So here, so head over to Bootstrap. So click on getting started. So if you are using the Bootstrap, because although you see me type most of these Bootstrap classes, it's because I've been working with Bootstrap for some time. So most of the classes I can write, I know them off heart. So but the easiest way, you don't need to cram all these things. So what you do, you just come over here, you know what you need, you come to the component here, you check for it. So I just need I need a form. So let's go over to that and pick a form. These are form. So let's see the various forms that we have. So let's see for the form. Let's see which form suits what I need now. It's able. No. I think this look more like. So I think I should get that in input group. Should get what I want in input group. Okay, this is exactly what I need. I need something like this. So this is the second one here. So we'll go over to this. This is the first one, and this is the second one, which of course that's what we need. So all you do, you just copy this guy here now. You copy this guy, go back to your code. So here, you paste it. So having pasted it, let's check what we have. So you see, that's what we have here. So I want it, okay, we'll do the styling. We'll style that using so here this is not going to be, so it will be join room. So that's what we'll have here. So here there's a placeholder. Enter a room. So this what we'll have here. So imagine bottom. So let's give it margin y, which is top and bottom. Margin y is top for top and bottom. So you see we've gotten that here. So okay, now let's just apply a little CSS to this and see what we'll have here. So let's add CSS to it. So I want this young man and this guy to be the same. So we'll just give it let's give it our own class. Is expand input. So input group text. Let me take out something. PG dash primary the primary button here. So here we'll have an input group, chat room, view. So let's cut it off here. Assign it to this here. So let's save this. So we'll go back to the CSS. So in order for us not to repeat much of the code, so I think we'll be needing a error. We'll be needing this command. So let's copy it here and paste it here. So go back in the image. Okay, these are the head components. And that image. Okay. See. Go back here. So you add the same thing. So let's save this work and see what we have. Okay. So you see we are getting what we actually want. So let's go back. Let's add some style into this man here. So we'll pick the CSS class. Go back here. So that's a room. Okay, room list. So we have room list and a room that we want to style. So here we have a room list. We have a padding. Let's give it the padding of 5 pixels. So what else? Okay, since we are working with this guy, let me see. Okay, so that we see what we're doing. So we gave it the padding. Padding 15, 5 pixel. Okay, so we now have this type, of the list style. So now let's room padding over 3 pixel, background of the ash C4 C4. So sorry, coming. I think this is okay. So we have margin of 5 pixel 0. 5 pixel 0. Then we give it that. border radius of 5 pixels as well. Color the okay. So what this margin left. So I want to remove the margin. There's a margin here. I just want to remove that. Control C. Want to remove that. So let me check. Okay, so take this guy off. So what I wanted to do initially is this, but I think that will be an assignment for you guys. I wanted to create another input box here, just below this this place here, so that once you click, you can also add to this particular list item here. So let me just show you what I actually mean. So how do I do it without showing you what exactly okay. So this is what I mean here. You have something like this, but it's going to be hidden. You will have maybe like kind of button here that will be like add rooms, add more rooms. So once you click on that button, then something like this will appear. And maybe let's say you want to add another room. Let's say friendship. And once you click here will be, instead of join room, it will be add. Once you click on it, you should be able to add that particular room item here. So that's exactly what I need. So it's 9 o'clock already. So let me just quickly do one of the thing here, so that once you click on this young man here, you'll be able to pick the name here and join the room. So let me quickly go to the JavaScript and have that done. So we'll create chat.js. Sorry, let me see if I can quickly do that. But because of time, I doubt we'll be able to accomplish this. But just try. That's so. Just give me a moment. So what we'll do here now. So I've created these the charts. So go over to it. Toggle. So let me just create a function for it. So let me create a function for it. So we'll have a so let me just create that const let me just create this and we'll end the class. So if you clone, I'll push this now, then just clone the repo, see if you can be able to do this. But I think I'll do that within the day before the next class and show you guys. So now I have a id class list. So let me see. So what creating this now, this is what you use for that this thing, the assignment you do here. So you can create something of this nature for the toggler. So while this okay, let me just make this in the way you understand. This will be the div you want to hide, or maybe the particular item you want to hide. You pass it in as a parameter. If you pass it in as a parameter, then you add the class list here. Yes, you pass it in here as a parameter. So but before then, the other items you want to hide, you have to hide. So yeah, you should be removed. So you remove it from here instead of adding. So the other items you want to hide, you add a hide to basically all of them. So because of time, I think I'll be drawing the curtain close from here. So but meanwhile, let me show you how to push these things to GitHub. So this, so let's do git status, see what has actually changed. Okay, so these are the things that are the files that was changed. These are the new files that was created, that is on track. This is a file that is modified. So what you do, you have to add them first. You do git add. You can add them individually or you can add them collectively, but I like adding them collectively. So what you do git.add, then you click on enter. So you now need to commit your changes. Git commit -m. So m is for the message. So okay, you just have to add a reasonable message so that whoever is going through your git will actually know what you did. So worked on the chat and interface. So so it has been committed. So to push to GitHub, what you do is that you do git push origin, the branch name. So this will push. So already you see I've pushed the file to GitHub. So it's pushing. It's rejected. Right, rejected. See updates rejected. Remote content work that you have locally that usually cause blah blah blah. So let me do git pull origin. Yeah. So let me see if there's git conflicts, because that happens most of the time. Once there's a conflict, but there's no conflict here. So let me see. It's push origin main. Okay, so you see everything is in sync now. So you can go over and download and clone that. So but what you do once you clone, you need to run a git checkout -b so that you check out to a new branch before you push, so that you don't push to the main branch there. So let me see. Okay, not this. So let me still drop. Okay, it's over there, this thing. So I'll drop the GitHub link for you. I'll drop the GitHub link. So I'll be stopping the streaming.